Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a video. So behind me here is my Geo Pro 16BH. If you are familiar with the truck camper that I do a lot of videos on, yes, I still have that. It's back behind this carport, still parked in my shop. It's basically in winter hibernation. So what we're going to talk about today is some really cool lighting upgrades that I did. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. The first one is a light fixture on the refrigerator vent. And the next one is a light just inside of the doorway so that it lights up your entry. So here's the fridge vent. This is the lower fridge vent. And you can see here that I've added the light to it. Super easy to do. Measure out and get the center and then drill a hole, and then you just put the light in place and then mark your two holes here. And then I'm using machine screws and nylock nuts. This particular light fixture is the style that has a built-in switch. And this is the slide out. You can see that's the lower vent, that's the upper vent. Any RV that has the fridge and the slide out is always going to have two vents. A normal RV where the fridge is not in the slide out, you'll have a roof vent up on top instead of an upper wall vent. Power from the DC distribution panel comes in here, and then the refrigerator connects right there. So all I've done is loosen those two screws and added two more wires. So I did add a fuse for my positive to the light and then a short pigtail for the negative. And what I'm going to do here is pull out these little connectors, crimp them onto the light fixture. The reason I'm using this instead of hardwiring it is so that you can disconnect those when you want to take the vent off to clean or do any kind of service work to the fridge. I've got my corresponding connectors crimped on. I'll just go ahead and connect these. And I'm using a female on the positive and a male on the negative. That way there's no chance of getting them connected backwards. And I'll just tuck this wiring back here. And tuck my little drain hose through the hole. I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm not going to use the RV for a couple months. I actually probably should cut out this corner here, and then that's going to require removing that screen and trimming that screen some. But every RV that I've owned except one has not had a light fixture on the road side, otherwise known as the left side of the rig. And it's nice to have a light on the left side so that if you pull into an RV park after dark, you can see what you're doing to hook up your utilities. And another good thing about having a light over here is you can turn this thing on and it will kind of light up the area as you're backing up your RV, so you can see what's going on this side. And if you wanted the light up high, not a problem. This is really easy to reach here. It's about eye level. Another lighting upgrade I did that I will also have a link in the description below where you can buy that light is this little light right there. That is a light that will light up the foot area or the doorway, so you don't have to have all of the main cabin lights on. So that would work really good if you're camped somewhere and it's dark and you just want to pop inside real quick and come back out, and then you don't have to fumble with turning on the main cabin lights with the switch up there. It's really common for me to pop in real quick, grab something off the counter or whatnot, and I know exactly where it is, so I don't need to turn on all the lights. So the idea for that little light there came up when I was at a recent RV show and saw that all the new Geo Pros have that light. So what I have done here is I pulled out the AC electrical panel so that I could get back behind that cavity, and then I drilled a 1/4 inch hole there. That's where the wires go through. And then I also pulled out the main electrical panel, you know, the lighting control thing there. And then that little black dot right there, that is another switch that I added. I will also have a link in the description below on where you can order that switch, and then that little round bezel that it mounts in. So we turn that on, that switch is backlit. So having this panel out, I was able to tap into power behind here and ground to get to that light. By the time I gathered up all my tools, pulled out all the panels that I wanted to remove to get access and whatnot, and then put everything back together, I think it probably took about an hour to do that project. But that is going to be a super nice mod. I think I mentioned before, but I'll have a link in the description below where you can order either the amber light or the white light. And here's a close-up view of that switch. You can get these switches that have different color LEDs. I just opted for amber since it matches the amber light down there. With the amber light, I think it does a really nice job of not being too overpoweringly bright, but it does do a good job of lighting up the entryway. And the outside light on the fridge vent does a nice job too.